Hey, it's Jim with XD45 Actual here. Today I'm going to talk about something that I get asked a lot about, home defense. Home defense on a budget especially. What should I use? What gun do I need? A perfect weapon that I can, perfect gun that I can buy for carry purposes, as well as a dual purpose for the in-house. Well, I don't know if there's anything perfect out there, but I'm going to go over a couple of options of stuff that you just might have laying around the house. When we're talking about firearm self-defense within the house, especially for home protection, we assume that you have to have one thing, and that's the gun. So I'm going to go over a couple options here, and some might be a little obscure to you, and I'll try to explain why they are, why they're not. Here's an example here of an inexpensive SKS, Chinese SKS. In its day, this was $139. This happens to be modified, a whole slightly larger magazine in stock, but people are probably going to say, well, that's a big rifle, that's a battle rifle, that'll shoot through walls. Yeah, no doubt it'll shoot through walls. I don't really care whether it shoots through walls or not. I just want to make sure that with the gun I use, I can stop the threat that might be coming into my house 2 in the morning. So yeah, this is, you want to talk about home protection on a budget, this is it, for sure. That's one example. Another example, almost everybody, somebody's grandfather, somebody's father has one of these laying around. It's an old Stevens 944 single shot. This happens to be a 20 gauge. People are all there, single shot? What are you going to do with a single shot? Well, I'll tell you what, if you learn how to use it, you can be pretty accurate and no doubt pretty quick with these things. Come up and you're on target in no time at all. Pop that baby out, back up in no time. You might want to fix a little saddle on here, add a little extra rounds to the back. There you go. This is probably a $50 gun in its day. Nowadays, I'm not even sure you could find one used for $125, but that's definitely a budget self-protection firearm right there. 20 gauge. As far as slightly larger up, this is a Mossberg 500. Actually, this is a converted gun. It was my father's 500. And what I did was I fixed a Knox 6 position on here, pistol grip, plastic furniture up front, and of course I bought the shorter barrel for it. Not for anything other than to make it more compact. It doesn't necessarily make it any more deadly. I prefer to use number 4 buckshot in a 12 gauge. And again, I'm not really concerned whether or not my projectile is going to go through the wall. What I'm concerned about is whether or not the projectile is going to stop the threat, whenever that might be, if that might be. That's my main concern. And this is basically you can pick up a Mossberg 500 brand new for probably around 300 bucks. I think the Knox was about 100 on top of that. If you were to go out and find one of these used, you can probably do the whole package, something like this, for $200 or $300. They also had a version called the Cruiser. I'm not sure if they still have it with the pistol grip alone. But this has the 3 position, and people are like, what do you need a retractable stock on a shotgun for? I said, well, for a couple of reasons. If you have different sized people in your house, it's sure nice to give them the adjustability, just like you would a car seat, for that matter. If you want a more compact gun, you can keep it under your bed or in the corner. You can fold it up. If not, if you like it out this way, you can leave it this way. This is entirely up to you. There's no ifs, ands, or whys about it. It's just you do what you do. That's it. Mossberg 500, 12 gauge. As far as a couple of handguns, I'm looking at this is probably a 32-year-old Bersa 380. It's actually modeled .380. Probably one of the first full steel single actions I made. I have it in a little Phobos, and low capacity, right hand only. You can see it's got the contours on it. Loaded with safeties, probably way ahead of its time. 380. There we go again. Wow, what are you going to do with a 380? Well, it's better than not having a gun, that's for sure. Basically, this gun in its day, brand new, was $139. Alright, granted, you probably couldn't touch it now for maybe the $300-400 range, because guns are just off the hook with prices. But this gun actually has a rear windable adjustment on its rear sight. Not that you need it, it's a pretty close range gun, but with practice you can get out there. But since we're talking about home protection, I'm not really that interested in necessarily shooting long range. What I am interested in is grabbing a handgun should a threat appear, or I hear the possibility of a threat in my house at say 2 in the morning. And give me something with some firepower. And basically, what I want to do with a handgun is I want to use this so I'm secure enough so I can get to the area where my shotgun is, which probably isn't that far away, but you get the point. Here's another little, rather inexpensive, but new, and I just threw this in an Uncle Mike's $20 paddle holster just to throw it on the hip if you need to. Basically, this is just a Taurus ultralight 38 5-round alloy frame, very light gun, double action. Perfect little piece to have around the house. Perfect little piece to carry if you want to do that as well. Dual purpose gun. You can also throw it in your holster, carry it with you, put it in your car, put it in your glove box, you know, whatever state laws that you fall under, and then bring it back home. Leave it under your bed or whatever kind of holster system you decide to use. Not a bad gun. A couple other things I like to have around: some sort of illumination, and of course we're talking about on a budget. So this particular light here, this is a little Garrett. It's a Walmart light. I think it was 14 or 15 bucks brand new. All metal barrel, adjustable. Actually came with filters. It actually came with the batteries, filters, and a holding case, if I'm not mistaken, which I don't particularly use. But very tight pattern beam, very bright. Obviously you can't see it now, but perfect for illuminating a small area. It's not going to reach out. It's not a surefire, and it's also not $150. There's another variation of basically an LED light. Same difference. This is a freaking stocking stuffer giveaway. It was actually free, and you can't get better than that in price. Would I rely on this for my entire light scenario? Probably not. But it's also nice to have a backup because batteries go bad. I also like to keep something like this handy, and this is just a basic Spyderco backstop. Not a bad little knife. You never know when you're going to need a knife. I like to keep them within arm's reach. So if you want to spend a little more money and you want to get a little more fancy, you could jump up to something like this. Beretta Storm in 40 caliber. Okay, so this is basically a carbine. It's a 40 caliber. It's a pistol round in a rifle configuration. Stock, it comes with a couple of these 10-round mags, probably California ready, but you can get I believe you can get some bigger rounds, magazines than this from Beretta. Ambidextrous piece here. And again, for those of you who are worrying about projectiles going through walls, I'm not sure if a 40 will go through the wall, but I'm pretty sure it'll stop whoever's coming in the door that I don't want coming in the door, and that's what I'm aiming to do. So basically, there's a few options for home defense. There's tons of other options out there. Of course, there's a lot of black gun guys out there that want to use an AR for protection, for their home protection. Fantastic, knock yourself out. And on and on and on. There's a full gamut of stuff out there, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. What you do have to do is know how to use what you have. That's what you need to do. If you don't know how to use what you have, then you're the one that might wind up on the inside the chalk line at the end of the night. God forbid. This is Jim for 45XD Actual, and this has been a presentation on home defense on a budget. Thanks for listening.